service, but still, quote-unquote, is homeless. It's down roughly 30% since when we began. That's good progress, but I recognize and everybody out there recognizes we haven't solved the problem.
Next up, finding a location for a Project Homeless Connect drop-in center open daily. In San Francisco, George Harris, KCBS.
Sports Line coming up. KCBS News Time, 11:14.
Escape to Neverland, direct from its smash hit engagement in London. San Francisco plays host to the U.S. premiere of Peter Pan, a spectacular new stage production of J.M. Barrie's classic story. Set in a state-of-the-art theater with 360-degree CGI, Peter Pan is an extraordinary experience for the whole family. Performances begin April 27th at Berry Park on the Embarcadero. For tickets, call 1-888-PAN-TICKS or visit peterpantheshow.com.
I'm Ken Vixo, founder of the Bay Area Non-Smoking Center, and I've helped over 1,000 Bay Area residents stop smoking in a one-session process that lasts about an hour. This process has a proven 95% success rate. It comes with a lifetime guarantee with no drugs, no withdrawal, and it's easy. Frustrated with the low success rate of expensive patches, pills, and gums? Call now. We're the Non-Smoking Center, member of the Better Business Bureau. 1-800-635-8150. That's 1-800-635-8150.
Coming up on KCBS.
This is Mike Colgan in Silicon Valley, where probation officers who supervise high-risk offenders will no longer have to conduct home visits unarmed.
Time for the Sports Line and Olympics update. Here's the latest now from Ryan Leong. We start off with football news.
The NFL has decided not to discipline Raiders coach Tom Cable after his allegations of domestic violence against women and his assault on assistant Randy Hansen back in August. Since the Napa district attorney never pressed charges against Cable, the NFL won't punish him. Hansen has filed a civil lawsuit against Cable and the Raiders seeking unspecified damages for assault, battery, and emotional distress. In other NFL news, running back LaDainian Tomlinson formally said goodbye to the Chargers after San Diego released the 9-year veteran. Tomlinson, who turned 30 last summer, was injured early in the 2009 season and finished with 730 yards on 223 carries for an average of 3.3 yards per carry, all career lows. Tomlinson ranked 8th on the NFL's all-time rushing list with 12,490 yards. His 138 career rushing touchdowns ranked 2nd, and his 153 total touchdowns ranked 3rd. To the Olympics, where Paul Ono finished 1st in his qualifying 500-meter heat in men's short track. Ono will return on Friday and must advance through the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds to get a chance to skate for a medal. He is the defending Olympic champion in the 500-meter sprint. Team USA has advanced to the semifinals in hockey after they shut out Switzerland 2-0. Zach Parise scored both goals, and Ryan Miller made 19 saves for the shutout. USA will play Finland and beat the Czech Republic 2-0. Canada dominated Russia 7-3. Evgeny Nabokov never gave his team a chance in this one, allowing 6 goals in the first 2 periods. Corey Perry had 2 goals, and Dan Boyle a goal and 2 assists. And in the soccer exhibition at Candlestick, Mexico shuts out Bolivia 5-0. I'm Ryan Leong. Sports Olympic updates at 15 and 45 on all news 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
I knew it was the car, and I wanted it. And it was all good. Everything from the price, the performance, the experience. It was a win-win all the way.
Your Mercedes is waiting at 1-800-NEW-BENZ and 1-800-NEWBENZ.com. Shop over 400 new and certified pre-owned Mercedes from the combined inventories of Mercedes-Benz of San Francisco and Mercedes-Benz of Oakland. Choose the exact vehicle you want. Call 1-800-NEW-BENZ or go to 1-800-NEWBENZ.com, like Terry from Alameda.
Clearly, this economy's rough, and so it seemed counterintuitive to buy a Mercedes, but I felt like I got the best value in the world, and I made the best decision.
Call 1-800-NEW-BENZ. During our spring event, driving a Mercedes-Benz is more affordable than ever. Shop Mercedes-Benz of San Francisco and Mercedes-Benz of Oakland.
I think it makes it affordable for, almost anyone.
Your Mercedes is waiting at 1-800-NEWBENZ.com.
KCBS News Time, 11:18. Time to check on traffic and your 6-day forecast. Here's the latest from Ted Anthony.
All right, getting word of an injury accident, Concord area, eastbound 4, right at the 242 interchange. Overturned vehicle possibly on the right-hand shoulder. CHP headed out over towards the scene. No other accident. accidents to tell you about, but your road work continues. Bay Bridge, westbound and eastbound 80 as you approach the island for the Livermore area, both directions of 580 between North Livermore Avenue and Hacienda Drive. And once again, Fremont North 880 for Mission Boulevard over to the truck scales. Next update, 1128 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And that Bay Area 6-day forecast, partly cloudy overnight, partly cloudy and warmer tomorrow. We'll see highs in the low 60s. Rain returns on Friday, heavy at times, lingering showers on Saturday, mostly sunny on Sunday and Monday, and then a chance of rain again on Tuesday. 54 in San Jose right now, 55 San Francisco, 54 in Oakland, and 52 in San Rafael. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS. KCBS News Time 11:19. San Francisco city leaders are debating whether cutting taxes on small businesses will stimulate the economy. Barbara Taylor reports from the KCBS City Hall Bureau.
Supervisors Budget Committee Chair John Avalos laid the groundwork for the discussion on a sour note, saying he's concerned about tax breaks when the city has money troubles.
And most of all, it's been about the cost to the city, given that we're looking at major service cuts and layoffs, even if we don't apply these tax exemptions.
One proposal by the mayor would give a one-time $2,000 tax break to businesses to encourage them to comply with the city's health care law. The second would defer payroll taxes when an employer hires new workers. Small businesses urge support.
Right now, small businesses are struggling to keep their employees employed, to keep their employee hours, and to keep their benefits intact.
But city unions fear the tax breaks will just cost the city more revenue and result in more service cuts and more lost city jobs. In San Francisco, Barbara Taylor, KCBS.
Probation officers in Santa Clara County will be allowed to carry firearms when they enter the homes of high-risk offenders. KCBS's Mike Hogan says growing concerns about safety pushed county supervisors to change a long-standing policy.
A number of probation officers, including Lori Ramirez, made their case at a Board of Supervisors hearing.
I would never go into a parolee's room without being armed because a simple home contact can quickly escalate into a dangerous situation. My weapon provides for my safety, but it doesn't change how I do my job. I can still assist with the rehabilitation while at the same time protect myself from the unpredictable dangers of the job.
Supervisor George Shirakawa made it clear that only 23 probation officers will be allowed to carry guns.
I want to be clear that my support of arming this group of probation officers will not begin a slippery slope of arming work skills, nor does it put up a barrier to the future discussions in that area.
While the measure passed unanimously, a number of supervisors expressed reservations about arming the officers. The Silicon Valley Bureau, Mike Colgan, KCBS.
Thoughtful, personable, fair-minded, highly intelligent. These are just some of the adjectives being used to describe President Obama's nominee to serve on the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals. KCBS's Rebecca Corral finds out more about this Bay Area scholar.
UC Berkeley law professor and Associate Dean Goodwin Liu joined Cal's faculty in 2003. He served as a special assistant to the U.S. Education Secretary, clerked for Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg at the Supreme Court, and spent time as a litigator in private practice. Before all of this, Liu grew up in Sacramento, the son of Taiwanese immigrants. He attended public schools until going to Stanford, where he graduated with honors, went on to win a Rhodes Scholarship, earning his master's at Oxford, and attending law school at Yale before joining the California bar.
He's going to be a controversial nominee, but I think he's fantastic.
Hastings law professor Rory Little.
He's the former local chair of the American Constitution Society, which is sort of the liberal answer to the Federalist Society.
He's well published, which Little says provides ammo for White House opponents. Still, Goodwin Liu is widely praised.
Personally, I think he's a very judicious guy. I think he's an open-minded guy. I think he's a creative thinker, but he's not out of the mainstream. So, I mean, he's likely to bring a very keen intellect and an open mind to all of his cases.
Rebecca Corral, KCBS.
KCBS News Time, 11:23. The Money Watch is coming up.
1-877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1-877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
1-877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1-877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Also on the web at carsforkids.org.
CarsWithUs.com. That's cars with a K. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a free vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Don't your car today.
Actual results may vary, not available in all states.
This is an urgent message for all individuals with extremely large credit card debt. No matter how much you owe on your credit cards, you can cut your debt by up to half and get one simple low monthly payment. And right now, you have the opportunity to hear how low your monthly payment could be for free. This free information is available now simply by calling 1-800-900-4417. I repeat, if you have extremely large credit card debt, you now have the ability to cut your total debt and get one simple low monthly payment. This could result in a low monthly payment and allow you to become completely debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. But you must act quickly. Call Freedom Debt Relief now to learn how much you can save. 1-800-900-4417. Again, this life-changing information is available now for free. To find out how much you may be able to save, call today. 1-800-900-4417. That's 1-800-900-4417. 1-800-900-4417.
KCBS News Time, 11:25. We're on to the Money Watch tonight here on KCBS.
Markets were mostly lower in the Far East Thursday. Tokyo's Nikkei average closed down about 1%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng is off 1/3%. In Asia, the dollar's at 89.6 yen. Toyota's chief executive has apologized to Congress and millions of Americans for safety lapses that led to deaths and widespread recalls for accelerator and braking failures. Akio Toyoda, grandson of the founder of the world's largest automaker, also disputed claims by some safety experts that the car's electronics might be at fault. General Motors says it'll discontinue the Hummer brand after its effort to sell it to a Chinese company failed. GM said it was unable to complete the sale of Hummer to the heavy equipment maker. Wall Street reversed a 2-day slide. Stocks ended the day higher following reassurance from Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke that interest rates will stay low for the time being. The Dow was up 91 points, the S&P 500 gained 10, and the NASDAQ composite rose 22 points. I'm Charlie Turner from the newsroom at MarketWatch.com.
They like to talk tough about power, capability, and quality. Other trucks brag about it. Chevy Silverado backs it up. The 2010 Chevy Silverado half-ton has been named the Consumer's Digest Best Buy. On top of that, every 2010 Silverado has you covered for 100,000 miles or 5 years with a fully transferable powertrain limited warranty, whichever comes first. That's not just talk, those are facts. Chevy Silverado, America's best truck. Now during Chevy Truck Month, current owners of a 1999 and newer Toyota can buy select 2010 Chevy Silverado half-ton regular cab 2-wheel drive work truck vehicles priced at $21,845. Now for $16,345 after $5,500 cash back when you finance through GMAC. That's a brand new Chevy Silverado for only $16,345. See your Northern California Chevy dealer today. Available only on 20% of vehicles and dealer stock belongs at program start. Price based on MSRP less all offers. Tax title license dealer fees and optional equipment extra. Not available with some other offers. Residency restricted to price and delivery by 3110.
Are you up to your eyeballs in credit card debt, afraid to answer your phone, falling way behind on your payments? Well, I'm going to give you a solution. Covenant Debt Solutions. And they'll typically cut your monthly payments in half, have you out of debt in 24 to 36 months while avoiding bankruptcy. Covenant Debt Solutions has partnered with one of the nation's largest, most successful debt settlement companies to help you get debt-free. There are a lot of companies out there that, frankly, are scamming this system. Who do you trust? Well, I want you to look at their guarantee on their website, the Covenant Promise. It protects you, insures you about the best possible solutions to your debt problems. These guys do it right. They have the credentials. They know what they're doing. And frankly, this literally is one of those ethical companies out there. Call 877-900-2286. 877-900-2286. Ask for the Covenant Promise. The website, 900bills.com. That's 900bills.com. 900bills.com.
KCBS News Time, 11:28. Traffic and weather together. Here's Ted, sponsored by your local Chevy dealer.
Right back over to the Concord area. This injury accident. It's an overtime overturned vehicle over to the right-hand shoulder. The car did strike a light pole, and according to CHP, it looks like that light pole pretty much damaged or taken out. Eastbound 4 right at 242. And again, Highway Patrol on scene with that. So the accident over on the shoulder, eastbound 4 right at 242, an overturned vehicle. Fortunately, no other accidents to tell you about, but we do have some new road work in the East Bay. Hayward, northbound 880, the ramp to westbound 92 closed. The southbound 880 connector to eastbound Jackson Street all shut down until about 5 o'clock in the morning. With 1,000 reports a week, your next update, 11:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Partly cloudy skies through tomorrow with highs in the low 60s. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes. And all news 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Every Chevy car crossover and light-duty truck comes with a 5-year, 100,000-mile transferable powertrain limited warranty, whichever comes first. With roadside assistance and courtesy transportation programs, it's the best coverage in America. See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Alan Hyman, chairman of Fremont Bank.
And I'm Sandy Papa, vice president. Together we would like to thank the Bay Area homeowners who refinanced their mortgages through Fremont Bank.
Refinancing can often mean lower payments and more money in your pocket.
Last year we helped over 14,000 homeowners refinance their mortgages, and we plan to help even more this year. Don't wait to refinance your mortgage and miss this low fixed rate. Right now we're offering a fixed rate mortgage as low as 4.5% APR with no closing costs or points.
To find out if refinancing your mortgage can save you money, just give us a call. Fremont Bank offers true, no closing cost loans.
To apply for a fixed rate mortgage with Fremont Bank with a rate as low as 4.5% APR, call 866-992-INFO. That's 866-992-INFO. Certain restrictions apply. APR effective 2/16/2010. Subject to change without notice. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All news 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
It is Wednesday, February 24th. Coming up on KCBS, Toyota's president apologizes to Congress and America. And San Francisco supervisors consider cutting taxes for small business.
Tonight, Dave Padilla in Antioch, where the school board will debate the use of uniforms for high school students.
We'll also get an update on the woman who was killed by a killer whale in Florida. KCBS News Time, 11:31.
CBS News Update. I'm Jim Shannon. As Japanese automakers go, he's as big as you get.
My name is on every car. You have my personal commitment that Toyota will work vigorously and unceasingly to restore the trust of our customers.
Akio Toyoda, president of Japan's largest automaker, appearing before a House committee Wednesday to answer questions about the company's recent safety recalls. Correspondent Dean Reynolds.
Toyota said his company would deal differently with complaints from now on, consult outside experts on the need for recalls, and provide all the information U.S. safety investigators may request.
California Democrat Jackie Spears.
He really struck all the right notes. He apologized. He basically agreed with every request that was made by the committee that was significant, and we have to hold him to it.
CBS News Update. I'm Jim Shannon.
KCBS News Time, 11:32. Well, President Barack Obama is working to gain crucial support from some of the nation's most influential business leaders. AP White House correspondent Julie Pace has more.
Casting himself as a pro-business centrist, Obama said America can still outcompete other nations if the government and business community have a common purpose.
Let's put it simply, we are all in this together.
In remarks to the influential Business Roundtable, Obama said he understands companies are facing challenging economic times. But he says the country needs to learn lessons from the past and build an economy based on borrowing less and producing more. Obama also asked business leaders for their support in revamping financial regulations and overhauling the nation's healthcare system. Julie Pace, the White House.
And now Ben Bernanke, Federal Reserve Chairman, says record low interest rates are still needed to ensure that the economic recovery will endure. AP correspondent David Melendi.
In his twice-a-year economic report to the House Financial Services Committee, Fed Chairman Bernanke said moderate economic growth, low inflation, and low interest rates are likely to continue for some time. But that means a continued slow recovery in the job market.
Expect the unemployment rate to decline only slowly to a range of roughly 6.5% to 7.5% by the end of 2012.
Bernanke says the Fed will push to loosen credit for small businesses so they can hire more workers, but creating jobs still won't be easy.
Unfortunately, there's no silver bullet here.
David Melendi, Washington.
A SeaWorld trainer is dead after an accident involving finding one of the killer whales. Peter King reports from Orlando.
Please bear with us. We just lost a member of our family.
SeaWorld Orlando President Dan Brown after a killer whale attacked and killed a 40-year-old female trainer. Orange County Sheriff spokesman Jim Solomon says she either slipped or fell into the tank.
Right now, this appears to be an accidental death.
Witness Virginia Beniak says the trainer was on a platform above the viewing area.
He jumped off, grabbed her. He was thrashing her around pretty good. It was violent.
SeaWorld's Dan Brown says nothing like this has ever happened at any of the SeaWorld parks. The investigation is underway. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Chicken sold at grocery stores may contain high sodium levels. Senator Barbara Boxer says some farmers inject chickens with salt water during processing to give them more flavor. Boxer urges the Agriculture Department to shed more light on the injections known as plumping or enhancing. They want to prevent processors from labeling such birds as 100% all natural. And we have the right to know the true sodium content of the food that we eat. Researchers say the amount of fat consumed by women over 50 puts them at a much greater risk of suffering the most common type of stroke. A study released by the American Stroke Association says women who eat higher amounts of fat have a 44% greater risk of stroke than women who eat less. Doctors say it's best to avoid the trans fats in favor of the fats you get from nuts, fish, and vegetable oil. And in Concord, city leaders have approved yet another plan to redevelop the Concord Naval Weapons Station. The city council approved the plan to build 12,000 units of housing on the base. Existing bunkers would be bulldozed and soil laced with arsenic removed to create parks and open space. The city hopes the development will create about 26,000 jobs. KCBS News Time, 11:35.
Don't shrug off your child's shyness, especially if his hesitancy is serious enough to prevent him from doing something he loves. I'm Pat Carroll for Parents Magazine with Raising Our Kids. Start by talking to your pediatrician for advice. Chances are he may want to see your child to determine whether shyness is part of an underlying condition like an anxiety disorder. He may also refer you to a licensed therapist for counseling, especially if shyness is making her unhappy and difficult to get along with. You can also rehearse tricky moments, like what to do when another child snatches a toy out of your kid's hands. Dr. Michelle Borba, author of The Big Book of Parenting Solutions, explains that children who are frequently shy need to practice these encounters over and over again. Teach your child self-soothing techniques for when she's starting to feel nervous. Begin by having her focus on her own breath. This will slow down her breathing and make her more relaxed automatically. Now this.
Okay, push it. 3 more reps. Oh, don't look, but you are totally being watched right now.
Oh, man. Oh, that's the money I'm saving with Geico.
Oh, what's he doing in the gym?
Dude, he paid for my gym membership.
What?
Yeah, spent classes, extra towels, a locker rental, all thanks to that stack of money with the googly eyes. Hey, what's up, buddy?
I want that.
Well, that's pretty easy. Just contact
Geico. For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I'm Pat Carroll with Raising Our Kids.
The Institute of Health and Healing, a program of California Pacific Medical Center, will honor Matthew Sanford and Jerry Mapp at its annual Celebrating Science and Soul fundraiser on March 7th. The event honors Matthew Sanford for his work in bridging the mind-body connection and for Jerry Mapp's life work to raise funds for causes that benefit the community. You can support integrative medicine for underserved communities by attending this inspiring event. For details, visit www.scienceandsoul.org.
Your traffic leader on the air is your traffic leader online. Traffic jams and more. Click on traffic at KCBS.com.
And now a message from the Bay Calendar, the largest Pacific Orchid Exhibition. It's happening this coming Friday through Sunday at Fort Mason Center, the largest orchid show in the United States. You can enjoy docent tours, educational displays, horticultural demonstrations, and if you'd like to learn more about this event, the Pacific Orchid Exposition at Fort Mason, go to kcbs.com, keyword Bay Calendar. KCBS News Time, 11:38. We're on to traffic and weather together, sponsored by Mancini Sleep World. Tank.
Right, back over to Concord. This overturned vehicle over to the right shoulder. It is eastbound 4 right at 242 Highway Patrol out there. San Jose now northbound 85 before Diaz. report of a spin out on the shoulder, but apparently some debris left in the lanes of traffic. Looks like we have CHP just about arriving on scene with that one. Thanks to the KCBS phone force, stalled Bay Bridge, eastbound before the center Anchorage, blocking the right lane. And as we mentioned, we do have road work now, both directions of Interstate 80 on the Bay Bridge as you approach the island. Back over to Hayward, northbound 880, the ramp over to westbound 92 closed till about 5 o'clock in the morning. Also the south 880 connector to eastbound Jackson Street closed for the overnight. Your next update, 11:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Bay Area weather, we've got some partly cloudy conditions overnight, and then tomorrow should be partly cloudy to mostly sunny and a little warmer, low 60s tomorrow. Rain will return on Friday. Expect a 60 for a high tomorrow in Concord, Oakland, and Redwood City, 61 in Livermore, Fremont, 62 in San Jose, 59 San Francisco, 56 San Rafael. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Save nearly 50% at Mancini Sleep World's President's Best Sale. Randy Mancini drastically reduced prices on his selection of best mattresses. Visit sleepworld.com.
Hi, I'm John Nakamura, President of Albany Subaru, here again with our General Manager, Lori Bush. Lori, our recent Simple to Do Business in Albany campaign was a huge success.
Well, John, I've got another simple value proposition. 2 great Subarus, 1 great price. You mean our award-winning 2010 Forester 2.5i X 5-speed or a 2010 Impreza 2.5i Special Edition Automatic? Your choice, just $19,797. Both offer top-rated safety and Subaru's legendary all-wheel drive. The Impreza even adds a power moonroof. These are incredible values, John.
And Lori, I've got not 1, but 5 of these Foresters and 5 Imprezas. That's 10 new Subarus under $20,000. With deals like these, why wouldn't you drive a Subaru?
Actually, John, why wouldn't you drive an Albany Subaru?
That's Albany Subaru just off the I-80 freeway at 718 San Pablo Avenue or online anytime at albanysubaru.com. That's albanysubaru.com.
Forester Model AFA, Impreza Model ALD. Price plus tax, license, and fees. Offer ends 2/28/10.
KCBS News Time, 11:40. One of the most talked about startups in Silicon Valley has a reputation for being one of the most secretive. That is, until Sunday when it was featured on 60 Minutes. KCBS reporter Matt Bigler tells us about Bloom Energy, which finally takes off the wraps of its new fuel cell.
K.R. Schroeder, the rock star inventor behind Bloom Energy, officially unveiled the thing that makes his seemingly magical Bloom boxes work.
The Bloom Energy Fuel Cell.
A thin wafer made mostly of sand that converts fuel and oxygen into electricity without emissions. Stacks of the fuel cells are inside the Bloom boxes.
There are 5 of these units powering this building and this campus right here at eBay.
eBay says it saved $100,000 with the boxes in 6 months. The technology is getting some powerful backing from people like former Secretary of State Colin Powell, who is on the Bloom board.
There's always a problem for me when people who say, what is this company you're with? I can't tell you.
But there are skeptics like Mike Kanellis with Green Tech Media, who says Bloom Energy will probably be surpassed by the big power companies.
You're going to see GE, you're going to see Philips, you're going to see big conglomerates go, hey, I've got 1,000 engineers downstairs. You guys get to work. Make me something just like this or that's almost as good.
In San Jose, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Antioch is considering a district-wide uniform policy for all students. KCBS's Dave Padilla with that story from Contra Costa County.
A recent survey in the Antioch community found parents divided on whether their school children should wear uniforms. Many elementary and middle school students already do, but Antioch High and Deer Valley High have been exempt. This Deer Valley High School student thinks a uniform dress code may be better for younger kids.
I personally think that people who are like elementary and stuff like that in middle school, that it's more appropriate for them, but there's no reason for us high schoolers to like have to wear uniforms.
Another Deer Valley High School student says she wouldn't mind seeing high school students wear uniforms.
I don't feel like a lot of people say it's taking away individuality, but I don't think so. I think it's a good decision for the school.
School board members will hear the benefits and drawbacks of a district-wide uniform policy. Uniforms have been viewed as a way to help deter gang violence in high schools. Antioch could become the first school district in the East Bay to require uniforms for high school students if such a policy is approved. In Antioch, Dave Padilla, KCBS.
Well, it's back to class for an El Cerrito High School sophomore who collapsed during a varsity basketball game just last month. 16-year-old was sitting on a bench when his heart stopped during a game against Richmond High School February 2nd. Fortunately, his coach and 2 other parents knew CPR. Principal Jason Ryman said the boy has been back to school since Tuesday on a limited schedule, and he seems to be doing fine. Wow. And 2 New York jewelers may be behind their own heist, and they may have stolen the idea from a movie. Here's Julie Walker with a story from Manhattan.
In the movie Snatch, robbers dress as Hasidic Jews to steal gems. In real life, 2 Manhattan jewelers are under arrest for allegedly hiring 2 men to dress as Hasidic Jews and pretend to steal from them. Police say the jewelers are the ones who took almost $10 million in diamonds and other gems and were caught on surveillance video. Julie Walker, New York.
The sports line coming up along with your Olympics update. KCBS News Time, 11:43.
Does your school or nonprofit group need help with fundraising? C's Candies can help. Call C's Candies at 1-800-C's-123 or go to C's.com. Find more information at KCBS.com. Keyword contest.
Hi, this is Luke. I'm not feeling too hot. It was all night with a fever. I'm going to stay home and beat this thing. I should be in tomorrow for sure. I'll be checking my email when I can.
The things people will say to see a penguin feeding.
John, I can't make the budget meeting. My car's in the shop. They say I need a new part, something called a vacuum flange inverter, and they're recirculating the air in my tires, too. Nice guys. Anyway, hopefully I'm back on the road by end of day.
Good one. Who wouldn't call in sick to catch a planetarium show? Or take a mental health day to explore the indoor rainforest. Start planning your weekday escape to visit the California Academy of Sciences. Admission price includes the aquarium, planetarium, natural history museum, and rainforest. Visit calacademy.org for tickets. The California Academy of Sciences, where life comes to life.
Coming up, this week's Jefferson Award winners on KCBS. We got your sports line now and your Olympics update. The latest from Ryan Leong, Olympic hockey.
Evgeny Nabokov had a game to forget, allowing 6 goals in the first 2 periods as Canada steamrolled Russia 7-3. Corey Perry had 2 goals and Dan Boyle had a goal and 2 assists. Patrick Marleau also with an assist. Defenseman Scott Niedermayer says they never took the Russian team lightly.
We had a lot of respect for them. We wanted to come out as hard as we possibly could and did that early. That's important. We built up a bit of a lead, got things rolling our way a little bit, and managed to stay on it for the most part.
Team USA has advanced to the semifinals after they shut out Switzerland 2-0. Zach Parise scored both goals and Brian Miller made 19 saves for the shutout. USA will play Finland. They beat the Czech Republic 2-0. Paulo Ono finished first in his qualifying 500-meter heat in men's short track. Ono returns on Friday and must advance through the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds to get a chance to skate for a medal. He is the defending Olympic champion in the 500-meter sprint. Americans added to their overall total in medals, earning bronze in both women's bobsled and women's relay short track speed skating. The total was up to 28. Germany is in second place with 24 medals. Canadians won a gold, 2 silver, and a bronze to bring their total up to 15. And Canada's victory in women's bobsled moved the host country into a tie with the United States and Germany with 7 gold medals. In baseball news, Derek Jeter, who has played his entire career for the Yankees, says he wants to finish his career in pinstripes.
It's always been important. I've said that from day one. This is the only organization I've ever wanted to play for, and that still is true today. I was a Yankee fan growing up. This is where I want to be. I've never envisioned myself playing anywhere else, and hopefully I don't have to.
The 35-year-old Jeter is entering the final season of a $189 million 10-year deal. Jeter hit .334, 18 homers, and 66 RBIs in 2009, leading the Yankees to their first World Series championship in 9 years. The Yankees have won 5 titles during his career. I'm Ryan Leong. Sports and Olympic updates at 15 and 45 and all news 740 and FM 106.9. KCBS.
It's a mandatory construction sale at Camisa Hyundai in Burlingame. Over 200 cars must be sold. After 25 years in business, they will be moving to the newly expanded freeway location at 1025 Rollins Road in Burlingame. Camisa Hyundai is giving you even more of what you want. More award-winning vehicles, more miles per gallon, and more savings versus the competition. Test drive the 2010 Elantra, just named the highest-rated compact car for initial quality by J.D. Power and Associates. Now you can drive the 33 mile per gallon Elantra for only $179 per month, or get $1,500 cash back. Also check out the 2010 Hyundai Sonata. That's $2,500 cash back. Both have the Hyundai Insurance and America's Best Warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Camisa Hyundai, 1020 Carolyn Avenue. Take the Broadway exit off Highway 101 in Burlingame. Or visit them on the web at CamisaHyundai.com. 24-month lease on approved credit. Factory rebates cannot be combined with APR or lease offers. See Camisa Hyundai for complete details. Offer expires 3/31/10.
KCBS News Time, 11:48. Traffic and a 6-day forecast on the way. Ted Anthony covers the traffic for you.
Right back to the Bay Bridge. We had this stall eastbound for the center Anchorage, blocking the right lane. Crews are trying to get this vehicle cleared, at least over towards the Caltrans closure lanes. Now, don't forget, we do have road alert westbound and eastbound 80 as you approach the island, and definitely some slow traffic on the lower deck now as you also approach the stall, but also that overnight road work. So give yourself a little extra time if you're leaving San Francisco right now on the Bay Bridge. Back over to San Jose. It's an accident on the right shoulder, northbound 85 before Dianza. Apparently, there's some debris out there in the roadway, so please be on the lookout for that. And in Concord, we're just waiting for a tow truck. They had an overturned vehicle over to the right shoulder, eastbound 4, right at 242. You can see the traffic map anytime at kcbs.com. Next update, 11:58 on the traffic lead. KCBS.
Checking out that 6-day forecast, partly cloudy overnight, mostly sunny tomorrow, highs 50s and 60s. We have rain on Friday, heavy at times, showers Saturday, clearing out Sunday and Monday. It should be a beautiful couple of days, and then some rain on Tuesday. Right now, 53 in San Jose, Oakland at 55, 55 also in San Francisco, San Rafael 50, Concord at 49. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Brandman University, part of the Chapman University system, is now offering $500 scholarships for a limited time. Stop by their Walnut Creek campus or visit them online at brandman.edu to see if you qualify. Hurry, classes start March 29th.
Traffic and weather sponsored by Brandman University.
Would you like to hear some quick and easy fixes around the house and yard? Listen for the Orchard Supply Hardware Quick Fix Tips of the Day with TV's Danielle Hirsch. And get more tips and information at OshQuickFix.com. Orchard Supply Hardware, California's favorite home improvement store.
It was the second of 4 films starring real-life couple Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. It was taken from a Raymond Chandler novel. The script was written by William Faulkner. Know it? Hey, this is Jam All the Sleep Train movie history. The movie I'm talking about, The Big Sleep. This classic film noir had such a convoluted plot, neither the director or screenwriters knew who actually committed the murder, so they left it up to the audience. Hey, if you're ready for a big sleep of your own, get to Sleep Train for the free sale on right now. When you purchase select mattress sets, you get free pillows, a free mattress pad, and a free bed frame. Sleep Train always offers free delivery, free setup, free removal of that old mattress. Plus, get free financing for 12 months on your good credit. Sleep Train has the biggest side-by-side selection of the very best brands, including Tempur-Pedic. And Sleep Train always guarantees to beat anyone's price by at least 5%. Hurry in today for your free gifts. Start getting the big sleep you deserve. Sleep Train is your ticket to a better night's sleep.
KCBS News Time, 11:51. Each week, KCBS and CBS 5 honor local winners of the Jefferson Awards for Public Service. CBS 5 and KCBS reporter Kate Kelly profiles this week's winner.
A homeless encampment in Oakland brings back memories for Alex McElreath.
They're just trying to survive.
Alex spent 6 years on the streets. After 2 years in Vietnam, he came home depressed and started drinking. He was in treatment with the VA when he realized his story wasn't unique.
Of all the people that were homeless, 32% of those were veterans. Somebody's got to do something about that.
And he did do something about it. In exchange for cleaning up an abandoned building, the landlord gave him the space and a new sense of purpose.
I put some beds in there, went and got some food, went to the VA hospital and got some homeless veterans.
The start of Operation Dignity.
This is one of 7 buildings you have here.
Today, Operation Dignity helps hundreds of veterans transition off the streets. Dignity Commons at the former Alameda Naval Base is just one of the housing facilities that Alex's organization now manages. With names like Valor and Honor, these converted apartments offer the first step in reclaiming healthy lives.
It's like a whole new different life for me. I've been a homeless vet for several years now.
Army Specialist Bernard Payne says Operation Dignity gave him the support he needed for a new start.
They got food banks here. They have resources as far as employment, medical, dental.
The key to success is that they're veterans helping veterans.
In the military, we always say we won't leave our wounded on the battlefield. The streets are considered the battlefield for the home. It's our goal to get every veteran we can off the street.
And somewhere in the last 17 years of helping build Operation Dignity, Alex helped heal himself. He recently married, but vows never to forget his fellow veterans.
They become part of our family.
So for making a difference in the lives of veterans and helping them find the resources they deserve, this week's Jefferson Award in the Bay Area goes to Alex McElrain. Kate Kelly, KCBS.
You can learn more about the Jefferson Awards or nominate a local unsung hero at kcbs.com.
Are you sick of getting scalded in the shower when someone else flushes the toilet? Are you tired of low water pressure? Are your water pipes leaking into your concrete floor? Then you need to repipe your home now with MasterServe.
I just figured, okay, I got some new copper pipes, and that was it. I didn't really think much about it at the time. But now, 7 years later, I can honestly say that I would 100% refer MasterServe. When they say you've got a lifetime guarantee on whatever we install, let me tell you what, they have responded and have stood to their word. If you're going to pay somebody to put in new copper plumbing for you, don't you want to know that if you have a problem, you could depend on them to come back and fix that problem and not charge you for it? I mean, how great is that?
Now MasterServe is offering a 30% discount and a free tankless water heater. Add in up to $1,650 in tax credits and rebates, and it really is the best time to repipe your house. Call 1-800-806-REPIPE. That's 1-800-806-7374. 1-800-806-REPIPE. Or visit repipenow.com.
KCBS is an equal opportunity employer, and we encourage local community organizations to refer qualified applicants to us. For information about jobs at KCBS and CBS Radio, contact Edith Rivera at 415-765-4000 or go to kcbs.com.
Check out all the stories you hear on the air, online, anytime at kcbs.com.
KCBS News Time, 11:55. Here's tonight's Money Watch.
Coca-Cola is reportedly in talks to buy most of its largest bottler for roughly $15 billion. It would mark a shift in its strategy to keep its bottling operations separate. If the deal goes through, Coke would buy Coca-Cola Enterprises' North American operations. Meantime, the rest of the bottling company would remain independent. The North American operations represent the bulk of Coca-Cola Enterprises' business accounting for 70% of its net operating revenue. Stock prices rose Wednesday as investors found some comfort in testimony from Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke, who indicated that interest rates will remain low to help the economy. The Dow rose 91 points, the S&P was up 10, and the NASDAQ added 22. Shares of Express Scripts rose nearly 9% late Wednesday. The pharmacy benefits manager's adjusted quarterly income topped expectations. Express Scripts' forecast also beat Wall Street's view. In Tokyo, the Nikkei average closed down nearly 1%. I'm Charlie Turner from the newsroom at MarketWatch.com.
And now a reminder from the KCBS Bay calendar. Ballet San Jose is performing Sergei Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet this weekend, Saturday, February 27th through March 7th at the San Jose Center for the Performing Arts. For details on this event and more, go to kcbs.com, keyword Bay calendar.
The beauty of figure skating. The Winter Olympics from Vancouver. Get updates at 15 and 45 past the hour. All day, all night. All news at 740 at FM 106.9 KCBS.
Mike Kruko and Joe Putnam here. Joe, I'm looking at the scoreboard for all of 2009, and I see Putnam's #1 in commercial truck sales in Northern California.
You know me. I'm celebrating with a sale. My buyers have made a special purchase of 010 Silverado Duramax Diesel Crew Cab. These trucks have special 3.9 APR for 60 months or a $2,000 rebate on approval of credit.
Folks, this is the perfect truck, loaded with just about power everything.
Crook, I've got great deals on Chevy Malibus, too. I've got 010 Malibus with just about power everything on sale for only $20,995 less a $2,500 rebate. So your price is only $18,495.
Malibu's under 19 grand? Sweet! And remember, folks, these Chevy Silverados and Malibus come with a 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty.
Bring your pig slip and checkbook to Putnam Chevrolet Cadillac Hummer in Burlingame or shop online at PutnamGM.com.
And 3110 Silverado 1840 for 1,000 miles. Malibu Vans 133-615, 126-232, 113-865, and 114-684. Zero down on credit approval. A moonlight carriage ride down a cobblestone road. But you're twitching from the itching, squirming from the burning, and with every bump, the pain drives you insane. I should have used Preparation H. Preparation H Cream with maximum strength pain relief. Still relieves burning and itching and adds maximum strength pain relief on contact. It's the most complete Preparation H relief ever.
Don't you love carriage rides?
I do now.
you set the table?
Sure thing. 5, right?
We're 4.
Well, I think it's time we let cash sit with us.
You mean the stack of money with the googly eyes? The money we're saving with Geico?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's going anywhere. He's part of the family now, right?
Well,
I mean, here we sit, eating a dinner that he helps us buy, and he's over there on the bookshelf. It's so sad.
Wow. Okay. Bye, good night.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
KCBS News Time, 11:58. Ted's got to check on traffic.
Right, it appears the stall on the Bay Bridge cleared at least out of the lanes of traffic eastbound 80 right near the center anchorage that have the right lane blocked. And we still have that road work westbound and eastbound 80 as you approach the island, but looking right outside our studios, no longer the slow traffic on the lower deck as you head out towards the sea. Now, San Jose, we still have that accident on the shoulder, northbound 85 before De Anza, and in Concord, minor injury accident. We had an overturned vehicle on the right shoulder, eastbound 4, right at the 242 interchange. And don't forget the road work in Hayward, north 880, the ramp to westbound 92 shut down, south 880, the connector to eastbound Jackson Street closed until 5 a.m. Next update, 12:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Bay Area weather, we've got partly cloudy skies tomorrow with highs mostly in the upper 50s to low 60s. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS. Wednesday, February 24th, 2010, coming up.
I'm Marky Schaefer in South San Francisco, where police are on the hunt for 3 believed involved in a home invasion robbery.
During the course of 5 hours, they had sexually assaulted the wife.
And this is Matt Bigler in San Jose, where Bloom Energy finally unveils its much-talked-about clean technology.
The Bloom Energy Fuel Cell.
And we're just a few hours away from the President's Healthcare Summit with both parties at the White House. I'm John Evans. CBS News covers the world next. Larry Sharoni with you at 12:05.
What's happening and why? KCBS AM and HD, KFRC FM and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose.
12 o'clock.
CBS News. I'm Jim Sheneby. The White House attempts to resurrect healthcare reform by hosting a summit with key Democrats and Republicans today.
I'm Peter Mayer at the White House. President Obama will point to big insurance rate increases as Exhibit A in his reform quest. Californian Leslie Michaels is among thousands of Anthem Blue Cross policyholders facing major premium boosts.
People just cannot afford it.
Insurers say rate increases are needed to cover rising healthcare costs. Since the health insurance reform debate stalled, some companies have started raising their rates nationwide. Peter Mayer, CBS News, the White House.
The Senate has passed a jobs bill on a 70-28 vote, a $15 billion package of tax breaks and highway spending that the House could approve quickly, and despite the big difference in price tag with its own version, massive $155 billion measure. The House committee wrapped up 2 days of hearings on the Toyota recalls yesterday, hearing from the company's president, Akio Toyoda.
Toyota has, for the past few years, been expanding its business rapidly. Quite frankly, I fear the pace at which we have grown may have been too quick.
Toyota promised a shakeup to prevent a repeat of the technical problems in many of his company's cars. Peter Brown of Automotive News doesn't think that's the end of it.
I think they're still in the middle of the hurricane. This is going to go on for some time more.
Tragedy at SeaWorld in Orlando.
I'm Peter King.
Please bear with us. We just lost a member of our family.
SeaWorld Orlando President Dan Brown after a killer whale attack and killed a 40-year-old female trainer. Orange County Sheriff spokesman Jim Solomon.
Right now, this appears to be an accidental death.
Witness Virginia Miniak says the trainer was on a platform above the viewing area.
He jumped up, grabbed her. He was thrashing her around pretty good. It was violent.
SeaWorld's Dan Brown says nothing like this has ever happened in any of the SeaWorld parks. His investigation is underway. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
A brutal winter storm is coming up the East Coast on a beeline from the northeast. It's expected to become a nor'easter, packing near hurricane-force winds and very heavy snow. National Weather Service forecaster Andrew Orris.
We do expect an area of very heavy snowfall for the interior, including portions of central and eastern Pennsylvania, northeastward across New York State, and up into portions of Vermont, Hampshire, and Maine.
The storm expected to be a big problem today for tomorrow. An update on the Olympics in Vancouver from CBS News correspondent Steve Futterman.
With just 4 days of competition left, the Americans continue to lead in the race for the most overall medals. The U.S. has 28. In second place continues to be Germany. The Germans have 24. In the battle for the most gold, there is now a three-way tie for first. The Americans and Germans have now been joined by the Canadians. Each country has 7. Steve Futterman, CBS News, at the Winter Olympics in Vancouver.
On Wall Street, the Dow gained 91, closing up at 10,374. This is CBS News.
Search the internet and you'll find just about anything. Embarrassing pictures of you from college? They're out there. Every address you've ever had? Your kids' names? Credit history? There's a good chance it's all there for anyone to see. Potential employers, love interests, admission officers, and scam artists. And it's there forever because there is no delete button on the internet. But you can take control with Reputation Defender. We help thousands of people control their personal information and manage their online reputations. Find out what is said and posted about you online. Control your private information and manage how you look when someone does a search on you. Reputation Defender can even stop unwanted mail and email from aggressive marketers. Go to myreputation.com today and find out how to get a 50% discount on our revolutionary service when you use promo code TRACK. Gain control of your personal information and your online reputation today at myreputation.com, promo code TRACK.
An unusual measure is before state lawmakers in Tennessee, and as correspondent Bill Whitney tells us, it's a real fish store.
Among the many matters before the Tennessee legislature is the issue of fish tanks in barbershops. Few people realize this was an issue until the owner of a barbershop that has a fish tank was ordered to drain it by a state inspector. Under current law, no animals, birds, or fish are allowed in barbershops except for service dogs. Representative Ty Cobb is sponsoring a bill to change the law to allow fish for decorative purposes. He says it might be amusing to most of us, but it's important to people in that occupation. Bill Whitney, CBS News.
Honda will begin selling a sporty new hybrid in Japan tomorrow, the CRZ, an updated version of the two-seater CRX, which was a hit in the U.S. in the 80s. It's Honda's attempt to cut into the market now dominated by the Toyota Prius. Offering sports car-like performance, the CRZ manages to squeeze nearly 60 miles out of a gallon of gas. The sticker price, about $25,000. Jim Kennedy, CBS News.
News, traffic, weather, 24/7. All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
It's 12:05 at KCBS. Partly cloudy and a bit warmer today for your Thursday, and we're looking at rain and wind on Friday. Good morning, I'm Larry Sharon. Here's what's happening this early Thursday morning. South San Francisco police are on the lookout for a stolen pickup truck this morning taken from the scene of a home invasion robbery yesterday. CBS's Margie Schaefer reports this crime occurred over a 5-hour time span.
This all started at 9:30 in the morning when 3 Hispanic men in their 20s knocked on the door of a modest home in the 300 block of Forest View in South San Francisco and then forced their way into the home, fighting with the man of the house and knocking his teeth out.
They eventually tied up the 74-year-old victim, also his 53-year-old wife. They moved the wife to the back bedroom.
Sergeant Joni Lee with South San Francisco Police says the wife was sexually assaulted. Over 5 hours, the men ransacked the house and took jewelry and other property, including the couple's pickup, a 2003 Ford F-150 Brown King cab with a metal ladder and black bed liner, license number 6U7-2210.
So we're asking the public, if they see the vehicle, to notify the local police department or us. If there are occupants in the vehicle, do not approach them. They're considered armed and dangerous.
Police are looking into the possibility that at least one of the men may have worked at the home as a contractor of some sort. In South San Francisco, Margie Schaefer, KCBS.
The director of Napa State Hospital has been arrested on suspicion of molesting several children in Southern California. Police took Claude Folk into custody at the hospital yesterday morning on a $3.5 million warrant to be booked in Long Beach, where he's facing 35 counts of lewd and lascivious acts with a child allegedly committed in that area over nearly 30 years. The State Department of Mental Health says the abuse allegations are not related to Folks' work at the hospital in the North Bay at the Napa State Hospital. Long Beach police say they have identified 5 victims since launching their investigation last year. A professional skier who was a local legend in the Lake Tahoe area died in a skiing accident at Squaw Valley yesterday. 26-year-old Sierra Johnson fell while skiing a part of the resort known as the Light Towers. He reportedly tumbled down an area of cliffs. It was snowing at the time. In an interview with Free Skier TV, Johnson talked about his passion for skiing.
My family, my friends, and skiing, that's it for me. That's my life.
Johnson won a medal in the X Games in 2003 and appeared in numerous
ski films. European regulators are investigating Google for possible antitrust violations. 3 rival companies, including a shopping search site owned by Microsoft, complain that Google is injuring local competition. Google dominates Europe with 90% of the search market. Wayne State University law professor Stephen Calkins is a former general counsel with the Federal Trade Commission.
If the European Commission thinks that something has been done wrong and can make the case, they can impose very dramatic penalties indeed, but boy, we are a very, very, very long ways away from that.
These penalties in the past have topped $2 billion for Microsoft and $1 billion for Intel. Google denies the antitrust allegations, but the European inquiry raises the prospect that the U.S. may follow suit. The Department of Justice is looking at antitrust issues with the search giant, but says a formal investigation is a long way off. Just ahead on KCBS, the unveiling of the Bloom Box. It's 12:08 and time for Bay Area traffic and weather, sponsored by your local Chevy dealer. Good morning today, Anthony.
And good morning to you, sir. We'll make our drive back over to Concord. Minor injury accident on the right shoulder. We had an overturned vehicle. It struck a light pole eastbound 4 right at the 242 interchange CHP there. For the San Jose area, that accident on the shoulder northbound 85 before Diaz. We had a solo spin up of some debris was left in the roadway. Now heads up for a stall, San Ramon, northbound 680 past El Costa. It's the right lane currently blocked there. Bay Bridge, roadwork set up both directions of Interstate 80 right at the island. Hayward still with those ramp closures, northbound 880 to connect to the westbound 92 shut down. In the meantime, the south 880 ramp over to eastbound Jackson Street currently closed. And your Livermore roadwork is both directions of 580 between North Livermore Avenue and Hacienda Drive. Next update, 1218 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And the weather story, we're looking at partly cloudy conditions today. Lows this morning in the 40s and low 50s. Later today, a little warmer for your Thursday with the clouds thickening up. We could see the possibility of rain by tonight, Thursday evening. Rain, though, is possible and likely, I should say, for tomorrow on Friday. Rainy and windy day for us as another storm moves in, a stronger storm than we saw earlier in the week. Highs today for your Thursday, upper 50s to low 60s. Right now, 54 degrees in San Francisco. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Every Chevy car crossover and light-duty truck comes with a 5-year, 100,000-mile transferable powertrain limited warranty, whichever comes first. With roadside assistance and courtesy transportation programs, it's the best coverage in America. See dealer for details.
Hey, McNally proposal is ready. The big one? Yep. We give McNally these numbers this instant. We make the sale. We make our month. We make our year. All right, then push send already. I did. It's taking forever. Oh, come on. Must be the spotty 3G coverage. Told you should have switched to Verizon Wireless.
Small business have 3G coverage when you need it most? Take the small business blues by putting your business on the map. With Verizon Wireless, you get more 3G coverage than AT&T. And right now, buy one BlackBerry and get another one free. Like the new Wi-Fi-enabled BlackBerry Curve for just $29.99 after $100 monthly rebate debit card. Visit any store to speak with a small business specialist or call 1-800-BCW-4BIZ today and put your business on the map.
Check, please.
Free phone must be equal or lesser value. All phones require new 2-year activation on a voice plan with data pack $29.99 or higher. Coverage details at VerizonWireless.com.
Keeping our fingers on the pulse of your system with traffic on the All News 740 FM 106.KCBS.com.
Our News Watch continues. It's now 12:11. San Francisco's police chief is trying to jumpstart efforts to arm his officers with tasers. CBS's Bob Melrose reports San Francisco is one of the few big cities in the country whose officers don't use stun guns.
Chief George Gascon says he is fully aware that tasers have been a contributing factor in the deaths of many suspects. But he also says the tasers save lives and money because they result in fewer injuries to officers. The police commission voted 4-3 last week to delay their use. But Gascon says it's negligent and inexcusable that officers don't have tasers in their toolbox.
This is not a toy. It is a weapon. The consequences to their use. But I believe that we, in our community, are capable of crafting a very thoughtful, very well-written policy that will provide our men and women with the tool that they desperately
we need. Gascon promises extensive training and a restrictive policy on the use of stun guns. The police commission is expected to take up the issue again next week. In San Francisco, Bob Milgrove, KCBS.
Some of the biggest movers and shakers in Silicon Valley gathered in San Jose yesterday for the official unveiling of the Bloom Box. CBS reporter Matt Bigler says the startup company behind the device has refined fuel cell technology.
Fuel cells have been around for decades, but you've never seen one like this made out of sand.
Flat piece of sand. Inexpensive materials.
K.R. Schroeder, the CEO of Bloom Energy, says instead of hydrogen, the fuel cells combine a variety of fuel with oxygen from the air to make electricity and no pollution. Boxes of these fuel cells, affectionately called Bloom boxes, are already being used on the campuses of eBay, Google, even Walmart.
They have control on the electricity price for the next 10 years. That is extremely important for business.
Bloom is attracting some major backers, including former Secretary of State Colin Powell, who serves on the board. Powell says he hopes one day the Bloom boxes will be used to bring electricity to poor villages in Africa.
And now they can do all the things for their children through the power of electricity that we have done for our children for all these years.
The hopes may be high, but Michael Kanellis with Green Tech Media says fuel cells are also nothing new.
Panasonic has been selling a home fuel cell in Japan since March. It's not as efficient, it's not as fancy, but it works.
In San Jose, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Antioch is looking at the possibility of requiring uniforms at each of its schools. KCBS's Dave Padilla tells us the policy will cause the biggest waves at the school district's two biggest high schools.
Many students in elementary and middle schools in the Antioch Unified School District already wear uniforms, but students at Antioch High and Deer Valley High have been untouched by such policies. This Deer Valley High student thinks it might be time for students to wear the same thing every day.
I wouldn't mind uniforms. I don't think it's like a big deal. Like, some people don't like them, but I can get a hope of like violence and stuff.
In fact, some members of the community, police, school staff, and parents have expressed that the uniformity in the dress code might help deter gang violence in schools because you could remove the element of gang colors and insignia. But another Deer Valley High School student believes this problem won't go away with uniforms.
Regardless, if we're all wearing the same thing, it's going to be gang violence wherever we go. There's always hand signs that they're going to tell us, like, that's ridiculous.
The Antioch School Board will hear the pros and cons of a district-wide school uniform policy. A recent survey in Antioch found that parents were divided on the use of uniforms in all schools. In Antioch, Dave Padilla, KCBS.
Still to come on KCBS.
I'm George Harris in San Francisco. The city is ahead of pace to end chronic homelessness.
Time now for sports and the Olympics update with Ryan Leon.
Team USA has advanced to the semifinals in hockey after they shut out Switzerland 2-0. Zach Parise scored both goals, and goalie Ryan Miller made 19 saves for the shutout. USA will play Finland. They beat the Czech Republic 2-0. Canada dominated Russia 7-3. Benny Nabokov was awful, allowing 6 goals in the first 2 periods. Corey Perry had 2 goals, and Dan Boyle had a goal and 2 assists. In men's short track, Apollo Ono finished first in his qualifying 500-meter heat. Ono returns on Friday and must advance through the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds to get a chance to skate for a medal, where he is the defending Olympic champion in the 500-meter sprint. It was Lindsey Vonn who broke her right pinky finger after crashing out in giant slalom. Vonn lost control around a right turn in the middle section of the course, got twisted around, landed hard on her left hip, and crashed backward into the safety netting. Julia Mancuso finished in 18th place, and then fog canceled the rest of the day's events. Vonn has crashed twice in Vancouver and has one more chance to ski for a medal on Friday in the slalom, but she is questionable after that broken pinky finger. Americans added to their overall total in medals, earning bronze in both women's bobsled and women's relay short track speed skating. The total was up to 28, inching towards their record of 34 set in Salt Lake City in 2002. Germany is in second place with 24 medals. Canadians won a gold, 2 silver, and a bronze to bring their total up to 15. Canada's victory in women's bobsled moved the host country into a tie with the United States and Germany with 7 gold medals. The NFL has decided not to discipline Raiders coach Tom Cable after his allegations of domestic violence against women and his assault on assistant Randy Hansen back in August. Since the Napa District Attorney never pressed charges against Cable, the NFL won't punish him. Hansen has filed a civil lawsuit against Cable and the Raiders seeking unspecified damages for assault, battery, and emotional distress. I'm Ryan Leong. Sports and Olympic updates at 15 and 45 on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
I had a great idea at work yesterday. So I gathered my A-team to meet online using WebEx. I passed the ball
to Carol in Atlanta, and I created some killer graphics. Then I passed the ball to
Taz in San Jose because I write the code that makes their ideas work online. Then I pass the ball to
Logan in Cambridge. I'm kind of the keeper of cool. And hey, it was cool.
So now my idea wasn't just an idea. It was our hot new product line, created by our national development team.
Spread across 3 time zones.
And we couldn't have done it without passing the ball.
Using WebEx, the only way to pass the ball online.
Pass the ball. Get your ideas rolling. Go to WebEx.com and try WebEx free. Just click the radio graphic and enter promo code KCBS to get a free trial and a free retractable VoIP headset. Remember that code, KCBS. WebEx from Cisco, WEBEX.com.
Free headsets available while supplies last. Terms and restrictions apply. See website for details.
At 12:18, the area traffic and weather check. Here's Ted again.
All right, the accident in Concord wrapped up from the right-hand shoulder. Had that overturned vehicle eastbound 4 right at 242. San Jose accident on the right shoulder. It's northbound 85 before Dianza. They still have that stall in San Ramon blocking the right lane. We have it northbound 680 past El Costa Boulevard. Bay Bridge roadwork, both directions of Interstate 80 as you approach the island. Also roadwork in Livermore, both directions of 580 between North Livermore Avenue and Hacienda Drive. Once again, Hayward North 880, the connector to westbound 92 closed. The south 880 ramp over to eastbound Jackson Street shut down until about 5 this morning. Your next update, 1228 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Our 6-day forecast, partly cloudy and a bit warmer today for your Thursday, with highs ranging from the upper 50s to low 60s. There's a possibility of rain by tonight. Thursday evening, rain is likely. Friday with blustery conditions. Showers Saturday, could see a thunderstorm move through. Mostly sunny and dry Sunday, partly cloudy Monday, and then there's a chance of rain again next Tuesday. It's currently 54 degrees in San Francisco. Right now, Oakland showing 51, same in Concord, 50 in San Rafael, 45 for Santa Rosa, San Jose at 52, and Redwood City now showing 47. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Ever wonder what could possibly get in your way? Traffic every 10 minutes. All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Our news watch continues now. It's 12:20 here at KCBS. The critics said it couldn't be done, but the mayor of San Francisco is expressing confidence that his city can bring chronic homelessness to an end. KCBS's George Harris reports the 10-year strategy is more than halfway to reaching its goal.
Former Supervisor Andrew Aliotti played a key role in leading the team to develop a plan to end chronic homelessness. The strategy was initiated in 2004.
We, the city, that receive back with every single homeless person that we house.
The mayor announced the 10-year plan to end homelessness is over halfway to its goal, with 1,679 units of permanent supportive housing created. Progress, yes, says Gavin Newsom, but much more needs to be done.
I'm here optimistically, but pragmatically. We'll keep fighting and we keep engaging people. I think the most extraordinary thing about this is you have 20,000 people that are connected to the solution, not just to the problem.
Newsom was at the 33rd Project Homeless Connect at Joe Graham Civic Auditorium. The mayor is working to expand the program to a site that will be open 24/7.
We'll bring panoply of services all under one roof, and it will be the ultimate drop-in center.
In San Francisco, George Harris, KCBS.
Probation officers in the South Bay who visit the homes of high-risk offenders will now be able to go in armed. CBS's Mike Colgan says the policy change got unanimous approval from the Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors.
The board did so after hearing from a number of supporters, including Sheriff Lori Smith.
They really do need the tools to perform those duties in a safe manner. And it can't be accomplished by having a deputy sheriff or a peace officer from another agency accompanying them. First of all, we don't have the resources. And second of all, they are peace officers themselves.
Supervisor George Shirakawa said he was striking a balance between community and employee safety.
For POs to deliver effective community supervision to these highest-risk adults, many of who are multi-generational gang members and have gang involvement cover many years, they definitely should be afforded the reassurance that they can walk into dangerous situations and do the job safely.
2023 probation officers will be allowed to carry guns. The Silicon Valley Bureau, Mike Colgan, KCBS.
Police in San Francisco have arrested one suspect and are looking for a second who may be responsible for a series of takeover robberies in the city. Lieutenant Lynn Tomioka says it all began at about 11:20 Tuesday night when two masked men with guns filled up a 7-Eleven store on Ocean Avenue in the city's Ingleside neighborhood.
One of the suspects placed a handgun against the head of one of the employees and ordered him to open the register. The employee complied and gave him all the cash there was, and then he was told to open the safe. When he couldn't open the safe, he was struck 3 times in the neck area by one of the suspects.
Tomioka says a description of their getaway car was broadcast to other officers who spotted it a short time later. The officers lost sight of the car but found it a short time later at San Jose and Randall, where it had been abandoned after hitting 2 light poles. They said they found evidence that linked 21-year-old Leonard Washington of San Francisco to the crime. He was arrested. A short time later, the search is still going on for the second suspect. Investigators say there was a similar robbery in a nearby restaurant that may be linked. They are also trying to figure out if the two are responsible for 2 similar robberies at a Burger King and a 7-Eleven that occurred hours apart last month. The Solano County Sheriff's Office is retraining its court employees after a bailiff left a handcuffed inmate alone in an interview room for most of the day without being allowed to eat or use the bathroom. 24-year-old arrested on a probation violation spent more than 10 hours in the attorney-client room rather than in a detention room as required by protocol. The spokesman for the Sheriff's Office says the bailiff responsible for that incident 2 weeks ago apparently forgot about him and went home at the end of his shift. Another court employee noticed voices coming from the room, and about 7:30 that night, doctors say the suspect was okay, but the incident has prompted a review of Solano County court policies and procedures. The bailiff has worked in the Sheriff's Office for several years, and no decision has been made about whether he will be disciplined. KCBS News Time, 12:24. In just a moment, we update financial news.
Hi, it's Kim Wonderly. You know, people are shopping at BayAreaHalfOff.com because their gift certificates are always half off. Some gift certificates are even 75% off.
This week, BayAreaHalfOff.com is featuring gift certificates to Honda of Oakland, the smart choice for your automotive needs. Serenity Med Spa featuring the HCG program. Also featured Crayola Bistro, Go Beyond Cajun, Peninsula Beauty with 10 Bay Area locations. All half-off gift certificates are limited, so go to BayAreaHalfOff.com and start saving money today.
It's Money Watch, KCBS News Time, 12:25.
European markets are mostly lower this morning. London's FT 100 is down 0.5%. Paris's CAC 40 is also 0.5% lower. Asian stocks fell even after U.S. Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke reassured investors that borrowing costs will stay at rock-bottom lows to revive the economy. Tokyo's Nikkei lost 1%. Nintendo of America says its latest device, a large-screen version of its popular DSi handheld gaming console, will arrive at stores late next month. At a media gathering in San Francisco, Nintendo officials showed off the device known as the DSi XL. It's the latest version of Nintendo's DS family of handhelds, which have sold nearly 40 million units to date in the U.S. In addition to playing standard game cartridges, the latest version of the device will also allow users to connect to the internet and download games in digital formats. Ben Bernanke's testimony to Congress lifted Wall Street, the Dow gained 91 points. I'm Charlie Turner from the newsroom at MarketWatch.com.
Savvy investors wary of high-priced emerging market stocks are investing overseas by staying at home. I'm Jeff Colvin of Fortune magazine with the Fortune Business Update. The latest investing truism states that investors who want stocks with high-octane potential should invest in the fast-growing economies of emerging markets. The result has been a frenzied demand for these shares, causing valuations to rocket, leaving investors in a quandary. Yes, new economies have the richest potential, but who can afford the prices? As Fortune.com reports, some international stock managers are buying shares of companies in established economies that have significant exposure to emerging markets. Multinationals like Siemens, Unilever, Procter & Gamble are seeing some of their fastest growth in China, Brazil, and India. And since stocks in developed world economies typically have less risk and volatility, buying shares at home is a safe way to invest abroad. I'm Jeff Colvin.
As the economy rebounds, we're ready to help you score. Twice each hour,
KCBS.
The following is an all-points bulletin. Be on the lookout for an escaped mom, last seen in the company of her 3 squabbling kids, driving a green vehicle somewhere between school, music lessons, soccer practice, and the orthodontist. Sources believe the escaped mom had, quote, had it up to here, unquote, with her kids arguing about what to do that doesn't, quote, totally suck, unquote. The escaped mom is believed to be heading to the California Academy of Sciences for the planetarium show. Experts note that sound will not travel in the void of deep space, or at the very least, the should pipe down for the duration of the show. If you see her, do not, I repeat, do not approach her. She's having a great time with her kids.
Escape the daily grind and visit the California Academy of Sciences. Admission price includes the aquarium, planetarium, natural history museum, the rainforest, and more. Visit calacademy.org for tickets. The California Academy of Sciences, where life comes to life.
At 12:28, let's see what's up with traffic with Ted Anthony.
Well, the stall in San Ramon cleared from the roadway. Did have the right lane blocked northbound 680 past El Costa. San Jose, what is left of an earlier spin out over on the right shoulder, northbound 85 before Dianza. Bay Bridge, still with that road work, westbound and eastbound 80 as you approach the island. Livermore, both directions of 580 between North Livermore Avenue and Hacienda Drive. And once again, Hayward, North 880, the connector to westbound 92 shut down until about 5 this morning. Also, the southbound 880 ramp to eastbound Jackson Street currently closed. Next update, 12:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And we've got a break between the storms. Enjoy today. We will see partly cloudy skies, slightly warmer temperatures with highs in the upper 50s to low 60s. And then the rain is back possibly by tonight. Thursday evening, rain for sure with blustery conditions tomorrow on Friday. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Do you have unfiled tax returns? Is the IRS or state demanding taxes that you don't think you owe or just can't pay? We know what to do to help. If you qualify, you could settle for less or contest the amount demanded completely. Understanding your options, rights, and the deadlines involved may be crucial to your situation. Don't wait until the government seizes your earnings, bank or stock account, vehicle or other property, or visits your work or customers or clients or other people in your life. I'm tax attorney Steve Moskowitz, and I have over 30 years of tax experience, including representing very many clients with unfiled tax returns. Consult with us, even if you don't have all your records. Our tax law firm represents businesses and individuals with many different types of unfiled tax returns. Call me for an attorney-client privilege consultation at 1-888-TAX-DEAL. That's 1-888-TAXDEAL. 1-888-TAX-DEAL.
Around the bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Thursday morning, February 25th, coming up on KCBS, President Obama has invited members of both parties to attend a White House health care summit today in an effort to revive the public's enthusiasm on the subject. An update from CBS News on that story in just a moment.
And I'm Doug Sovereign. Anthem gets an earful as Congress takes its turn investigating higher health insurance premiums in California.
This is outrageous.
Good morning, I'm Larry Sharoni, KCBS News Time, 12:31.
CBS News Update. I'm Jim Sheneby. President Obama hosts a group of key Democrats and Republicans today for what's billed as a bipartisan health care reform summit.
I hope everyone comes with a shared desire to solve this challenge, not just for political points.
But Republicans, including House Leader John Boehner, think the President is still looking to get his proposals through.
I have no hesitation to go to the White House and stand up for our ideas about making our current system work better.
Capitol Hill correspondent Bob Post.
While it isn't hard to see the political benefits for the president and why some Republicans view it as a trap, today's session is nonetheless an extraordinary event. Certainly in recent memory, no president has invited members of both parties to a full-blown public negotiation over a critical issue. Instead of the usual dueling news conferences, this will be a true extended debate, and the fate of health reform could rest on its
out.
CBS News Update. I'm Jim Shillett.
KCBS News Time, 12:32. ABC News has announced a new strategy that will call for cutbacks and wholesale changes in the way the network gathers and broadcasts the news. The network announced plans this week to begin a top-to-bottom restructuring that will shrink the staff by as much as 25%. Part of this restructuring calls for a 25% cut in staff and for this pared-down news division to start making use of digital journalists who can both produce and shoot their stories in the field. Yesterday, KCBS anchors Patty Rising and Jeff Bell spoke to Joan Beater. She's a senior lecturer at UC Berkeley's Graduate School of Journalism.
First of all, on one hand, the whole world is changing and going towards digital, so it's not that big of a surprise, and you might even say it took them a long time to get to that point because CNN and most local news stations have already been there for several years. When a major network does it in a formal, restructured way as a new policy, it is kind of more newsworthy. Although many people, even at the networks, have been shooting and editing. Producers have been shooting for at least 2 years that I know of, maybe even longer. But I think the fact that it was, announced that it will be a head-to-toe, so to speak, not revolution actually, because it's not at all a revolution, but sort of policy is the thing that probably has a lot of ramifications for people who work there. And so I think probably a lot of people there are wondering what their futures are going to hold.
And you are certainly right about this trend. We're seeing the video journalists right here in the Bay Area as well.
Absolutely.
I want to ask you about what you perceive to be the impact on journalism itself. In other words, if you're taking a journalist, someone who's trained in news writing and news gathering and news reporting, and then giving them these other responsibilities, I assume to some degree there is some sacrifice on the journalist side of things.
Well, that's been the age-old question since they went from film to videotape back in the 70s or late 60s. I think it's a really complicated situation because I think the easy answer would be yes, of course, but we don't know now. The technology has gotten so dramatically better that the question is, if you don't have a sound man, will you have a piece of technology that will gather just as good sound as if you had a sound man? In some cases, the answer is yes. In some cases, the answer is no. If you take a cameraman who's been shooting, say, in the London Bureau, where most cameramen at a network are already producers, and you make that person a producer, what's lost? If that person becomes a producer and a shooter, has he really lost anything? That's what he's been doing in London for a series of times, for a long period of time anyway. So I think that's there's always been sort of this leapfrog thing between the editorial and the technical, especially in television and somewhat in radio too. So while the easy answer is to say, oh yes, we'll never be able to get to that point, I think it's a question that keeps changing as the technology changes and as new journalists come out into the field. Now, we train here new journalists, and we've been training them to shoot, edit, and report stories ever since I've been starting to teach because we couldn't afford to hire cameramen. And so I think we're turning out, certainly the last 10 years, very good journalists who are also shooters and editors and reporters and researchers. So certainly for the producer who's been used to going out with a 2 or 3 man crew, researching the story before they go out for these producers who've been around for a very long time, and also then coming back and working over a script with the reporter, it's going to be a life-changing job situation for them, or a life-changing job, way of operating in their job. But it's been changing for so long, I'm not sure you can just blanketly say that the journalism will get worse.
Joan Beater, that is, she's a senior lecturer at UC Berkeley's Graduate School of Journalism. KCBS News Time, 12:36.
Al Remy again, here to tell you about Western Exterminator. I know a lot of you had some trouble with ants with all the rain we've had, so let me recommend Western to you. You've probably seen them. They've been around forever. It's the company with the yellow trucks, the little man, and the big hammer. They're a family-owned company. They've been in business for almost 90 years now. And the important thing to know, they'll come out and talk to you about your problem, whether it's ants or whatever else. And they won't give you a one-size-fits-all approach. Nope. They'll figure out what's best for you and talk to you about it. Now, I just started with Western recently, friendly people. Most all of them have been working for Western for 10, 20, 30 years. That tells you something. Western has the answers you need, not just a quick fix. They're at the cutting edge of pest control, have their own entomology department. They know their stuff. They'll come up with what you need for your home or business. So check them out. Just go to westernexterminator.com. Western Exterminator Company, your final word in pest control.
Katie Couric's Notebook.
So, how was your day? If you said not so hot, you're in good company. A recent survey by the business research group, the Conference Board, shows only 45% of us are satisfied with our jobs. That's down from 49% in 2008, and it's the lowest level since they started tracking things like this 22 years ago. With unemployment so high, millions of Americans are stuck in jobs they don't like, grateful to just be getting a paycheck. Younger workers are particularly hard hit. Almost two-thirds of employees under 25 are unhappy, perhaps because the jobs they have don't pay very well. Satisfaction levels aren't just about feelings, though. Economists say all those workplace woes could impact productivity and diminish America's competitive edge. But bosses can make a difference. They can make their employees feel better about themselves. And that could be good for the bottom line. That's a page from my notebook. I'm Kitty Couric, CBS News.
At 12:38, Ted Anthony is back with more Bay Area traffic, sponsored by your local Chevy dealer.
All right, looks like the earlier accident in San Jose wrapped up at that spin on the right-hand shoulder, northbound 85 before De Anza Boulevard. Bay Bridge or overhead roadwork set up both directions of Interstate 80 as you approach the island. For the Livermore area, both directions of 580 between North Livermore Avenue and Hacienda Drive. Also some Caltrans work in Fremont, North 880 from Mission Boulevard to the truck scales. Once again, Hayward, North 880, the connection to westbound 92 closed. The southbound 880 ramp over to eastbound Jackson Street shut down until about 5 this morning. Your next update, 12:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Bay Area weather, we're looking at partly cloudy skies today, slightly warmer for Thursday. A high of 59 for San Francisco and Napa. Also in Santa Rosa, up to 59 today. 60 will be the top temperature in Redwood City, Oakland, and Concord. 62 for San Jose, a high of 61 for Mountain View and Fremont. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes in All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Every Chevy car crossover and light-duty truck comes with a 5-year, 100,000-mile transferable powertrain limited warranty, whichever comes first. With roadside assistance and courtesy transportation programs, it's the best coverage in America. See dealer for details.
Yum, yum, bumblebee, bumblebee tuna. I love bumblebee, bumblebee tuna. Even fast food can get expensive when you're going out to lunch every day. Why not open up a can of Bumblebee albacore or chunk light tuna and create your own value meal instead? How about a nice Greek tuna sub or south of the border tuna wrap? It'll cost you less than $2 a serving. Visit bumblebee.com right now for recipes and a money-saving coupon. I love a meal that's made with Bumblebee.
Our traffic air force is in the skies. Our mobile units are on the road. And our updates are on the air every 10 minutes. All News 740 and now FM 106.9 KCBS.
KCBS News Time 12:40. How dare you? Well, that was the thrust of a congressional hearing yesterday investigating a decision by Anthem Blue Cross to raise rates dramatically for hundreds of thousands of California policyholders. KCBS reporter Doug Sovereign says the company's executives were on the defensive and were raked over the congressional coals.
Anthem Blue Cross policyholder Jeremy Arnold is one of almost 1 million individual Californians socked with up to 39% increases in their insurance premiums. He says he can't afford that, so he'll switch to a cheaper policy with less coverage.
I will have to hope that I don't get sick or injured. Hope is not an effective health care policy.
Congressman Henry Waxman accused Angela Braley, CEO of Anthem's parent company WellPoint, of spending obscene millions on salaries and corporate retreats while jacking up premiums to pad profits.
You're raising your rates far above what's necessary. You're trying to squeeze every dollar of profit you can out of policyholders in California.
But Braley argued that WellPoint only made 2% profit in California, and it has to keep up with soaring healthcare inflation.
Sometimes healthy, younger individuals leave, and we have people that stay in the pool that are more expensive. The cost overall of the pool continues to go up.
Now she's being summoned by the health secretary along with 4 other CEOs to justify the increases. Doug Sovereign, KCBS.
An effort by San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom to stimulate the economy with tax breaks for small businesses is going nowhere fast. Barbara Taylor reports from the KCBS City Hall Bureau. The mayor's two proposals can't seem to make it out of committee at this point.
It's been like pulling teeth for Mayor Newsom ever since he first proposed these tax incentives for business. He had a tough time getting them before a committee, and this hearing produced mostly criticism, especially from city worker unions that said the jobs created in the private sector would be at their expense.
A job is a job, and at the end of the day, you're going to lay off public sector workers in order to create jobs because there's going to be a general fund hit. I mean, I'm just trying to wrap my brain around how bad of an idea this is.
Small business owners, however, said they always get the short end of the stick.
In the city political structure, we are the small guys in the totem pole. We are the least organized. We have the smallest voices. But however, we create the most jobs.
The committee tabled a $2,000 incentive to get scofflaw businesses to sign up for the city's health access plan, and it continued a payroll tax break for businesses that hire new workers. In San Francisco, Barbara Taylor, KCBS.
In El Cerrito High School, varsity basketball player who collapsed during a game earlier this month is back at school and doing well. 16-year-old sophomore was on the bench when his heart stopped and he fell on the floor during a game against Richmond High School back at the beginning of February. His coach and some parents of the new CPR quickly sprang into action as someone dialed 911. Yesterday was the teenager's second day back to class, and he remains on a limited schedule, but he is feeling much better. Here's an idea for getting employees to show up for work on time. Punctuality bonus. CBS News correspondent Jim Chenevey tells us more.
Every workplace has at least one or two employees who just can't seem to show up on time. In Bolivia, it's something of a national habit, chronic tardiness. And President Evo Morales wants to do something about it. As part of a proposed new labor code, workers who arrive at work on time would be eligible for a punctuality bonus. The extra cash would be handed out each month to anyone who has perfect on-time attendance. And maybe President Morales himself may sign on. Journalists walked out of one of his news conferences after he showed up 2 hours late. Jim Chenevey, CBS News.
Up next, a look at sports on KCBS.
It was the second of 4 films starring real-life couple Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. It was taken from a Raymond Chandler novel. The script was written by William Faulkner. Know it? Hey, this is Jan Walder's Sleep Train movie history. The movie I'm talking about, The Big Sleep. This classic film noir had such a convoluted plot, neither the director or screenwriters knew who actually committed the murder, so they left it up to the audience. Hey, if you're ready for a big sleep of your own, get to Sleep Train for the free sale on right now. When you purchase select mattress sets, you get free pillows, a free mattress pad, and a free bed frame. Sleep Train always offers free delivery, free setup, free removal of that old mattress. Plus, get free financing for 12 months on your good credit. Sleep Train has the biggest side-by-side selection of the very best brands, including old, Tempur-Pedic, and Sleep Train always guarantees to beat anyone's price by at least 5%. Hurry in today for your free gifts. Start getting the big sleep you deserve. Sleep Train is your ticket to a better night's sleep.
Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Rebecca Corral with a look at the UC Berkeley legal scholar chosen by the president to sit on one of the nation's most important courts.
Time now for sports and an Olympics update with Ryan Leon, sponsored by your local Chevy dealer.
Apollo Ono finished first in his qualifying 500-meter heat in men's short track. Ono returns on Friday and must advance through the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds to get a chance to skate for a medal, where he is the defending Olympic champion in the 500-meter sprint. To hockey, Team USA has advanced to the semifinals after they shut out Switzerland 2-0. Zach Parise scored both goals, and Ryan Miller made 19 saves for the shutout.
You know, we worked so hard up until this point that you don't want to get ahead of yourself and think of outcomes. But you know, if you don't win, you go home, and all that work is for naught. But you know, we move forward here, and we're happy that we get a chance to play for a medal.
USA will play Finland. They beat the Czech Republic 2-0. Canada steamrolled Russia 7-3. Beginning Nabokov never gave his team a chance in this one, allowing 6 goals in the first 2 periods. Corey Perry had 2 goals, and Dan Boyle had a goal and 2 assists. To the NBA, where the Mavs beat the Lakers 101-96. Dirk Nowitzki had 31 for Dallas, Kobe had 20 for L.A. Other finals, the Spurs beat the Thunder 95-87. Manu Ginobili had 26 for San Antonio. Kevin Durant scored 21 points, ending his streak of 25 points or more in 29 straight games. Orlando knocks off Houston 110-92. Dwight Howard had 30 points and 16 rebounds. Milwaukee over New Orleans 115-95. Chicago beats Indiana 120-110. Luol Deng with 31 for the Bulls. The Suns knock off the Sixers 106-95. Jason Richardson 24 points. Steve Nash with 20 points and 13 assists. Utah 102, Charlotte 93. The Jazz have won 8 of their last 10 games. The Warriors are in action Thursday night against the Denver Nuggets. And in an exhibition soccer match at Candlestick Park, Mexico shuts out Bolivia 5-0. I'm Ryan Leong. Sports and Olympic updates at 15 and 45 and all news 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Every Chevy car crossover and light-duty truck comes with a 5-year, 100,000-mile transferable powertrain limited warranty, whichever comes first. With roadside assistance and courtesy transportation programs, it's the best coverage in America. See dealer for details.
Can I pack my power cord and bring copies of the presentation? Think I have a projector in the conference room? Oh, space didn't park yet.
You already have enough to think about when you go on a business trip. You shouldn't have to worry about whether or not your office will be safe. You focus on what's ahead. Let Bay Alarm take care of what you left behind. Family-owned, family-operated. Bay Alarm protects more than 100,000 California businesses and homes every day. Our monitoring center is on the job 24/7 and can notify authorities right away if an alarm is triggered, whether you're at work or away. From burglar alarms and complete fire system services to access control and CCTV, we can customize any alarm system to meet your needs. The only thing we can't do is tell you where you parked your car. Call us today for your free security review at 1-800-610-1000 or visit bayalarm.com. Bay Alarm, what have you got to lose? ACO 28 CCL 880138.
Time to get you caught up on Bay Area traffic, sponsored by your local Chevy dealer. Here's Ted.
All right, overnight roadwork in Fremont already picked up. Northbound 880 did have a couple of lanes shut down between Mission Boulevard and the truck scales. Still with roadwork in Livermore, 2 left lanes shut down westbound and eastbound 580 between North Livermore Avenue and Hacienda Drive. Hayward North 880, the connector to westbound 92 closed. South 880 ramp over to eastbound Jackson Street also shut down till about 5 o'clock this morning. You can see the traffic map anytime at kcbs.com. Next update, 12:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Partly cloudy and a bit warmer today for your Thursday with highs ranging from the upper 50s to low 60s. There's a possibility of rain by tonight, Thursday evening, and rain is likely Friday with windy conditions. The showers on Saturday could see a thunderstorm roll through, and then mostly sunny Sunday, partly cloudy Monday, and a chance of some more rain by Tuesday of next week. Temperatures at the moment, 54 degrees at the corner of Broadway and Battery, just outside the KCBS studios. In San Francisco, 52 right now in San Jose, 51 for Mountain View, Hayward 54, Millbrae 52, Oakland 51. It's currently 50 in San Rafael and 48 in Napa. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes at All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Every Chevy car crossover and light-duty truck comes with a 5-year, 100,000-mile transferable powertrain limited warranty, whichever comes first. With roadside assistance and courtesy transportation programs, it's the best coverage in America. See dealer for details.
Just when you think it's a good deal, you find out Metro has a $40 plan that isn't really $40 when you roll. It just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Like, gas station's cheap. So get the Boost Mobile $50 monthly unlimited plan. Nationwide talk, text, and web on a dependable nationwide network with no contracts. Boost Mobile on Raw.
Keep your phone number and switch to Boost. Call 888-9-BOOST-SEEKER or visit boostmobile.com to find a dealer for you. Coverage not available everywhere. State and local sales taxes and fees may apply when adding funds to your Boost Mobile account. See boostmobile.com for details.
On the next 48 hours mystery, 3 shocking murders, 3 teens convicted. Only one problem.
Every single piece of evidence points to their innocence, not to their guilt.
Now, actor Johnny Depp is speaking out in a real-life battle to save a life.
Damien Eccles is on death row and is being killed by these injections. Let's find real killers. Let's find justice.
An all-new 48 Hours Mystery, Saturday at 10, 9 Central on CBS.
KCBS News Time, 12:51. Legal scholars across the nation are applauding President Obama's decision to nominate a UC Berkeley law professor to serve on the influential 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. KCBS's Rebecca Corral looks at the accomplishments of Goodwin Liu.
He's only 39, but UC Berkeley law professor and Associate Dean Goodwin Liu is well-credentialed, having clerked for Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. He served as a special assistant to the nation's education secretary. He's got experience in the private sector as a litigation attorney, and now at Berkeley, he's an extremely popular teacher, winning Cal's highest honor for teaching excellence.
He's got to be up from the bootstraps. Great son of time in his immigrant first person in his family ever to graduate from law school to be a lawyer, scholar, worked his way through Stanford in a very impressive way.
In spite of that, Hastings law professor Rory Little says some conservatives might try to go after him.
He's the former local chair of the American Constitution Society, which is sort of the liberal answer to the Federalist Society. He co-authored a very, very good book last year called Keeping Faith with the Constitution, which is sort of a long essay on constitutional interpretation.
If confirmed, Goodwin Liu would become the only Asian American sitting as an active judge on the 9th Circuit. Rebecca Corral, KCBS.
The governor says it's time that the state goes after so-called sports drinks in schools as a way to fight California's growing obesity problem. Arnold Schwarzenegger made the call at a so-called obesity summit being held in Los Angeles this week.
Up until now, we eliminated the sodas, but sports drinks is a loophole. And this is what we are trying to do now here is close that loophole. We know that these drinks are linked to weight gain and obesity.
Schwarzenegger says the last time they held an obesity summit in 2005, several pieces of legislation were ironed out, including one that outlawed sodas on school campuses. This time more bills were introduced with healthy kids in mind. In California, about 1 in 9 children, 1 in 3 teens, and 3 in 5 adults are overweight or obese. Until he was booted off a Southwest Airlines plane in Oakland earlier this month because they said he was too fat, actor-director Kevin Smith says he never understood how much bias there is against fat people. He says there's a lot of fat hate out there. He says he's been insulated from it for the most part because of his job, but it came to light when it was taken off that Southwest airline.
Their guidelines are so hazy and unclear, I'm urging anybody 200 pounds or more, don't go anywhere near Southwest Airlines. It's not the risk. You will get humiliated. You might. They can lift you up in front of 200 people, even though you're within your rights to stay there, and make people think you're fat.
Smith says now his eyes are open, and he says he can't go back to sleep at this point. The airline has apologized, but Smith says that's not enough. We have the winning lotto numbers for you from last night. The jackpot is at $11 million, and the winning numbers are 1, 2, 14, 44, 45, and the mega number is 25. Once again, the winning lotto numbers from last night are 1, 2, 14, 44, 45, and the mega number is 25. A look at financial news coming your way next on KCBS.
The Home Depot has made a special buy on Miracle Grow garden soil for flowers and vegetables. Right now, a 1 cubic foot bag is just $3.97. It feeds your flowers and vegetables for up to 3 full months. That's 3 full months you don't have to feed them. You just enjoy it. And water occasionally. All because you started out with that bag of Miracle Grow garden soil you got for just $3.97. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Valid through March 3rd, U.S. only. See store for details.
This is Troy Aikman in Hulk Hogan for Rent-A-Center, where you'll find great values on brand name furniture, appliances, computers, and electronics.
Like a great selection of Sony HD TVs. This 52-inch bad boy here, it's going to make me look awesome, dude.
Right. All with no credit needed.
Delivery and setup included, yeah.
And at Rent-A-Center, your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Rock on.
Troy, I love your style, brother.
This is a rental purchase transaction. See Rent-A-Center.com for complete details and more information on the worry-free guarantee.
KCBS News Time, 12:55.
Blockbuster raised more concerns about its viability as a business after again posting a wider-than-expected quarterly loss yesterday. The company, which has planned a weak holiday season, said it aimed to reduce costs by around $200 million, shut down over 500 underperforming stores over time, and explore the sale of its remaining international assets to boost liquidity. Blockbuster said it was pondering a variety of options to try to shore up its business, including a recapitalization of its debt or equity. Wall Street shook off a weak report on home sales and focused on congressional testimony by Fed Chief Ben Bernanke. He told the House committee that interest rates would remain at exceptionally low levels for quite a while in a bid to boost the economy. The Dow rose 91 points. Bernanke will be back today to repeat his testimony in front of the Senate panel. We'll also get a January government report on durable goods orders. And we'll get quarterly earnings reports from Gap, Safeway, Heinz, and Dr. Pepper Snapple. I'm Charlie Turner from the newsroom at MarketWatch.com.
Get breaking news from KCBS on Twitter. Just follow username KCBS News or get our Twitter details now at KCBS.com.
Hey, McNally proposal's ready.
The big one?
Yep. We give McNally these numbers this instant. We make the sale. We make our month. We make our year. All right, then push send already.
I did. It's taking forever.
Oh, come on. Must be the spotty 3G coverage. Told you should have switched to Verizon Wireless.
Your small business have 3G coverage when you need it most? Take the small business blues by putting your business on the map. With Verizon Wireless, you get more 3G coverage than AT&T. And right now, buy one BlackBerry and get another one free. Like the new Wi-Fi-enabled BlackBerry Curve for just $29.99 after $100 mobile rebate debit card. Visit any store to speak with a small business specialist or call 1-800-BCW-4BIZ today and put your business on the map.
Check, please.
Free phone must be of equal or lesser value. All phones require new 2-year activation on a voice plan with data pack $29.99 or higher. Coverage details at VerizonWireless.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Johnson, Human Resources Manager, and I can tell you, as a leading tech company, we naturally use the web to find talent. My job is to find the brightest tech candidates. Dice.com has the most qualified and talented candidates out there. Because Dice focuses on technology and engineering, I save a lot of time and trouble sifting through thousands of resumes from sites that aren't relevant to our business. Usually, we're looking for experienced software and hardware engineers, DBAs, storage engineers, project managers. We found over half our key hires through Dice.
Dice is the #1 online technology job board. For over 17 years, Dice has focused exclusively on tech jobs. Post your open technology positions on Dice to access the best tech talent. Or search through thousands of resumes from qualified engineering and tech professionals from all across the country. Visit Dice.com. Dice.com.
And we'll look at traffic for the midnight hour with Ted Anthony.
All right, no accidents or stalls. Road work on the Bay Bridge continues westbound and eastbound 80 as you approach the island. Hayward northbound 880, the ramp to westbound 92 closed. You also find the southbound 880 ramp over to eastbound Jackson Street closed till around 5 o'clock this morning. And your road work in Livermore and Pleasanton continues both directions of 580 between North Livermore Avenue and Hacienda Drive. Next update is 108 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Looking at a partly cloudy day ahead with slightly warmer temperatures for your Thursday. Highs today from the upper 50s to low 60s. There is a possibility of rain developing by tonight, Thursday evening, and then rain is likely with windy conditions tomorrow on Friday. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS. It's Thursday morning, February 25th, 2010. Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Doug Sovereign. Anthem Blue Cross defends its California premium hikes in a testy congressional health care hearing.
And I'm Margie Shaver in South San Francisco, where suspects involved in a home invasion, robbery, and rape are believed driving the victim's pickup truck.
And President Obama is hoping for some bipartisan agreement as Democratic and Republican leaders attend today's White House Health Care Summit. Good morning, I'm Larry Sharoni. CBS News covers the world next.
What's happening and why. KCBS AM and HD. KFRC FM and HD1. San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose.
It's 1 o'clock.
CBS News. I'm Jim Shelby. Healthcare reform. Is there still a chance? The subject of today's summit hosted by President Obama.
I'm Bob Buss. Republicans accepted the invitation. Politically, they couldn't do much else, but they are wary and in no mood to compromise. Republican Senate Leader Mitch McConnell.
The administration wants lawmakers to go down to the White House to talk about a health care bill that Americans have already rejected.
resoundingly.
He and other GOP leaders say they think the only hope for progress is to throw out all the plans that Democrats and President Obama have worked on and to start over. Clearly a non-starter for today's summit. Back Buzz, CBS News, Washington.
It's a day of mourning at SeaWorld in Orlando after the death of a trainer in a bizarre attack yesterday by a killer whale.
This is an extraordinarily difficult time for the SeaWorld parks and our team members. Nothing is more important than the safety of our employees, guests, and in the animals entrusted to our care.
Park President Dan Brown, WKMG television reporter Mike DeForest says the attack happened in Shamu Stadium with a crowd watching.
Several witnesses who were in an underwater viewing area saw the whale's head come up and then come back down with the trainer in its mouth. They reported that that whale was thrashing around and thrashing so violently that one of the trainer's boots actually flew off.
Yet another major winter storm for the Northeast, what is expected to build into a nor'easter that could dump 2 to 3 feet of snow in some areas today and tomorrow. CBS meteorologist George Cullen.
This major storm that's going to be sitting around the Northeast for the next couple of days will bring a mixture of rain, sleet, and snow to the area. Heavy amounts, too. Basically, Boston, no snow. It's going to be mainly a rain event. New York City, somewhere in the 4 to 6 to 8 inch range. Philadelphia, 6 to 8 inches. Could see a lot of snow there. Scranton, Pennsylvania, Binghamton, New York, probably more than a foot of snow.
Some areas that will be hit today already got a foot of new snow earlier in the week. House hearings on Toyota's recent safety recalls wrapped up yesterday with the lawmakers hearing from the company's president.
The grandson of Toyota's founder entered a House oversight hearing room jam-packed with spectators and media. In his opening statement, Akio Toyoda noted customer concern in recent months on safety issues.
And I take full responsibility for that.
And for those who suffered accidents?
I am deeply sorry for any accident that Toyota drivers have experienced.
Mr. Toyoda promised new procedures assuring customer feedback will reach management. He read his opening statement in English, but took questions and gave answers through an interpreter. John Hartshee, CBS News, Washington.
GM's deal to sell its Hummer unit to a Chinese industrial company has fallen through. GM spokesman Nick Richards.
The sale of Hummer to Tangzhong was not able to be completed. And so as a result of that, GM's going to start a orderly wind-down process of Hummer operations.
This is CBS News.
Search the internet and you'll find just about anything. Embarrassing pictures of you from college? They're out there. Every address you've ever had? Your kids' names. Credit history? There's a good chance it's all there for anyone to see. Potential employers, love interests, admission officers, and scam artists. And it's there forever because there is no delete button on the internet. But you can take control with Reputation Defender. We help thousands of people control their personal information and manage their online reputations. Find out what is said and posted about you online. Control your private information and manage how you look when someone does a search on you. Reputation Defender can even stop unwanted mail and email from aggressive marketers. Go to myreputation.com today and find out how to get a 50% discount on our revolutionary service when you use promo code TRACK. Gain control of your personal information and your online reputation today at myreputation.com, promo code TRACK.
The Winter Olympic Games in Vancouver are winding down, and the competition for hockey gold is heating up. Steve Futterman reports.
The surprising U.S. men's hockey team remains alive after a 2-0 quarterfinal win over Switzerland. The Americans will now play Finland tomorrow in a semifinal match. Meanwhile, the Canadian team easily beat the powerful Russian team last night, 7-3. The Canadians will have a semifinal match against Slovakia.
Another Olympic story, one of medals won and lost. KFYI reporter Andrew Greenstein.
While the world's finest athletes are winning gold medals in Vancouver, one of the world's worst human beings is stealing them from a Phoenix area home. Melissa Bellot-Ripley won 3 swimming golds in Munich in 1972. Yesterday, someone broke into her Tempe home and stole them. She normally keeps the medals in the safe deposit box, but she had them home after showing them off at a recent speaking engagement at a school. She and her husband are appealing for the safe return of those irreplaceable links. Andrew Greenstein, CBS News, Phoenix.
I'm Jim Genovese, CBS News.
News, traffic, weather, 24/7. All News 740 and FM 106.9.
KCBS.
Which 105 at KCBS. Partly cloudy and slightly warmer today, but we're looking at rain moving in at least by Friday. Good morning, I'm Larry Sharoni. Here's what's happening. A pro skier who was a local legend in the Lake Tahoe area died during a skiing accident in Squaw Valley yesterday. C.R. Johnson fell while skiing a part of the resort known as the Light Towers. Resort officials say it was snowing when the 26-year-old tumbled down an area of cliffs. In an interview with Free Skier TV, Johnson said his family, friends, and skiing were his life.
That's what it's time for.
Johnson won a medal in the 2003 X Games and fought to his way back from a serious head injury. A lawyer representing the Northern California man charged with kidnapping and raping J.C. Dugard says her client is mentally ill and incapable of trying to manipulate his victim through jail. Susan Gelman, deputy public defender in El Dorado County, made the characterization in court papers filed yesterday. Gelman is asking the judge overseeing the case to make the district attorney provide her with Dugard's address and to appoint a neutral party to serve as a go-between between her and Dugard. Prosecutors are trying to obtain a court order that would block Gelman from trying to contact Dugard. Philip Garrido and his wife Nancy have pleaded not guilty to kidnapping Dugard and holding her captive for 18 years. The executive director of the Napa State Mental Hospital has been arrested for allegedly molesting a foster child in his care for more than a decade. Napa State Hospital Director Claude Folks was arrested yesterday after a 5-month investigation by Long Beach Police. Prosecutors say there were numerous other victims, but the statute of limitations prevents them from pursuing cases before 1988. The L.A. County District Attorney's Office says the 63-year-old Folk is charged with 35 felony counts of lewd and lascivious acts with a child. Prosecutors say the crimes happened in the Long Beach area between 1975 and 2006. Folk was detained on the hospital grounds in Napa yesterday and is expected to be transported to Long Beach. At a congressional hearing yesterday, health insurance executives defended their plan to raise premiums here in California. But KCBS reporter Nick Zovern tells us they were roundly chastised by angry lawmakers from both sides of the aisle.
Anthem Blue Cross policyholder Jeremy Arnold of Los Angeles told a House committee his premium has soared from $183 a month a year ago to $231 a month now and to $319 a month starting in May.
I eat right, I exercise, take care of myself, I'm generally a healthy person, and I resent being squeezed in this way.
One day after Anthem executives were grilled in Sacramento, they were roasted in Washington, with Texas Republican Michael Burgess asking how dare they jack up individuals' premiums like this.
You had to know this was going to be trouble. I mean, a 39% rate increase in this climate. You know what we've been doing up here the last year?
Angela Braley, CEO of Anthem's parent WellPoint, said blame overall healthcare inflation, not insurance companies.
Out of every dollar the nation spends on healthcare, less than 1 penny goes to health plan profits. Isn't it time to ask, what are we going to do about the other 99 cents?
But she admitted her company made almost $3 billion in profit last year. Doug Salvin, KCBS.
Just ahead on KCBS.
I'm Bob Melrose in San Francisco, where the police chief tries to make a case for taser use.
KCBS News Time 108, sponsored by your local Chevy dealer. It's Ted Anthony and a look at traffic. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning to you, sir. At the moment, no accidents or stalls. Road work in Hayward continues. Northbound 880, the ramp over to westbound 92 shut down till around 5 o'clock this morning. Also, the southbound 880 ramp to eastbound Jackson Street currently closed. Your Livermore road work is set on both directions of 580 between North Livermore Avenue and Hacienda Drive. And once again, road work on the Bay Bridge, westbound and eastbound 80 as you approach the island. Your next update, 118 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Partly cloudy today and slightly warmer with highs in the upper 50s to low 60s. There is a possibility of rain by tonight, Thursday evening. Rain a sure bet tomorrow on Friday with some blustering conditions as when the storm rolls in. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
Every Chevy car crossover and light-duty truck comes with a 5-year, 100,000-mile transferable powertrain limited warranty. safety, whichever comes first. With roadside assistance and courtesy transportation programs, it's the best coverage in America. See dealer for details.
Every year, thousands of men and women serving in the American Armed Forces return home from combat both physically and emotionally wounded. Thanks to the Wounded Warrior Project, every soldier is welcomed home with open arms and given the opportunity to participate in unique programs and services to meet their changing needs and make a productive transition back into civilian life. The Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization whose mission is to honor and empower our wounded veterans and to assist this generation in becoming the nation's most successful and well-adjusted group of veterans. Programs and services start in the Department of Defense hospitals and are available to our injured servicemen and women throughout their lives, providing government benefits counseling, family assistance, social services, and employment assistance. For more information about the Wounded Warrior Project and to learn about how you can help, please visit them online at woundedwarriorproject.org. That's woundedwarriorproject.org.
The traffic leader. All news 740 FM 1069 ACBS.com.
Our News Watch continues now. It's 1:11. South San Francisco police are on the lookout for a stolen pickup truck taken from the scene of a home invasion, robbery, and rape yesterday. CBS reporter Margie Schaefer has the story and tells us that this crime happened over a 5-hour time span.
The horrific crime started at 9:30 in the morning when 3 Hispanic men in their 20s made their way into a